Hey guys, welcome back to the show or channel, RC Morty Hobbies. My name's Josh. I'm going to go over a couple things with the DR5000 from Digikeijs for the train layout. Um, the actual power source itself came with different settings for voltages. I put it in the lowest one, which is for H. Well, technically no, but whatever. It's on 14 volts is for HO. Even though this particular power supply is not going to be used to powering the rails, I'm going to be using the Digikeijs power supply because it runs up to 6 amps of power versus this one on 3. Basically, it's just how big your system is and how your layout and how many locomotives you're going to run. We'll see if I can make it work awesome. If not, I'll have to try something else. But no matter what, I'll be able to run trains. But the reason I did this system is it's easier to program. As you can see, there's an app on the PC. So I turn that on and actually lights up the board. I'm just going to show you real quick how to program one of the DR4018s. And technically, it's 17 to 24, and I already set that up. Basically, what I want that to do is just basically on-off functions, only on, only off. So, because it's going to light up lights, and I'll show you in a second. So we're going to go to program track. POM is the main program off the main system, which is fine. 9999 is the address. 47, because these are presets. 0 is technically switch. And I'll find my presets. Pages. I guess 4 and 5, but we're going to do try 4 and then 5. It switches it on and off. These are the different presets for. This is preset for 47. And then you put your value in. So we're going to do value of 4 and see how that works. So do 4, not 40. 4, push the little button down, a little light comes on, it's red lights for program. Hit that. And that's it, it's programmed. Turn it off. Alright, so when programming this, and this is crucial, you're going to want to make sure that you have, so in the the DR5000, track is easy to see. Okay, track output wires, alright? Well, you're going to take that over to your signal wire, and then they call daisy chain, and then connect from your signal wire to your power supply, to your power outlet here. Okay, so when you're programming, you want to do that. Normally when you're running things, you have a separate power supply, but when you program, you want to make sure that you connect those two together with this main track, because if you don't, it will not work, it will not program, it will not see it. It's 12 volts to 14 volts. Actually, I think this system runs at 15 volts at its lowest. So at voltage and amperage, you want to make sure it matches from that output. That way you can program it. Otherwise, I've tried it with having the power supply plugged in and then doing it that way. It doesn't do anything. So, and I think I screwed up this one. This one doesn't matter. I was trying to change the addresses on it, but it's just opening and closing the track switches. This one's supposed to be lights, like on off for houses and stuff, and they're not working right because I screwed around with it. I have to reset it from factory, and I'm going to try to do that. Hopefully I can. But yeah, so basically, once the program, you do that, and then you test it. So this is using a 3 light. It has green, yellow, red, and typically you'd see these where switches are, sort of. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure this is where you see the switches, because typically you have red and green, which is this little guy here, which I already got that done. So, and this particular one, the way it's set up, it takes up 4 slots. You have common, which is your power, 1, 2, and 3. So with that, basically it takes, so each one of these is 4p. So basically only one of these little boxes does 4 lights each. So I got 2 of those boxes doing it, so it gives me 8 lights. And then the little red and green ones, they're like the switches, you can do up to 8. So I've got 8 of those. Actually, I got more than that. I think I got 12, 13 of them. But anyway, it'll fill up both. And I think I might have enough room because I think I have an extra one of those. But let me show you real quick. So 49 is the first signal, but you can go like that, red, green, and go 50, yellow, 51 is flashing, And then we go, I think it's 50 again. I'm trying to get up to green here, 52. 52, I believe, is brightness settings. Goes brighter, dimmer. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that. 53 is nothing. Let's go back to 49. And get up the green, there we go. 50. See? So you basically have a it takes a little time to get used to it because you're using you're going through 3 to 4 channels. Actually, you go through 4 channels. 1, 2, yeah, 4 channels. So basically, you can have green, steady green. I mean, I gotta look it up. I'm not 100% what the flashing means, but flashing, maybe go ahead and do it. Maybe it's supposed to turn green at that point. I don't know. Back to 49, and then we go back between the two. And from red, you do 50. Red still stays red. I haven't been able to get it to flash. I don't think red flashes. Alright, so basically, I showed you guys how some of them work. I just recently found out these two I think are defective. Oh, sorry, I just knocked these out. Didn't want to break anything. It's been a long time, well, a lot of time, putting these together. Adding resistors to each and every single one of these things so they don't pop. They can't handle 12 volts. You gotta add a 1,000 ohm resistor, which I just bought 100 of them because I got other stuff I need to do. Add resistors to everything with lights. So these put out 12 volts and they're meant to run on between 5 and 3. So as long as you have a resistor, 1,000 ohm resistor or half a watt, it works fine. It won't burn them out. Because I had a mistake, I actually cooked 2 of these more nicer ones. Sucks, but I got another 4 of these little ones, so that's fine. Basically, that's when I could add more resistors and some of this other stuff. Okay, so I found out these two they're stuck on factory setting 0, which is for switching turnouts. Just a basic switch solenoid turnouts, which is fine for one of them. But for the other one, I want to turn lights on and off, and because it won't do that. And the reason I know it's affected because all these other ones, they program perfectly, no problem. So I actually contacted the manufacturer, and I'm waiting on a response to see what they're going to do. If they're going to replace them, or give me some instructions for some special reset. But I'm thinking they're probably just going to swap out these two for me since it's under warranty and they don't work the way they're supposed to. One of them working the turnouts is fine, but the fact that I can't program either one, I'd rather have them. If I'm just gonna, it doesn't matter if I'm just gonna use them one of them for turnouts, and the other for lights. I want them to work the way they should, and they should. They cost enough. Anyway, as you can see, I'm getting things wired in, plugged in, programmed. Basically, everything is programmed the way I want it, except for one of these is supposed to just be for lights. And then I move these 2 guys up top, those 2 guys on the bottom, so 7 DR5000s, and then 2 of these guys. This is the transceiver for the wireless handheld control system, which is nice. I'm going to be using the Digikeijs command station there as a booster, and I'm hoping that I'll just be able to use it as a booster without difficulties. It should be fine. We'll see. As is, I'm using their LocalNet T. Seems to work everything perfectly with the handheld wireless system. Everything communicates with each other perfectly. I'm going to see maybe this will work with the booster. I'm hoping it will. When I first tried it, that wasn't on. So basically it was drawing power and nothing was working. So I think the trick is you have to make sure that everything's on so nothing's drawing power it's not supposed to, and it should communicate. But my goal is this is going to be a booster, and I'm going to look into see if it's something I need to do special to make sure that can be a booster, but because it's typically a command station. The reason I want to use this as a booster instead of just using this only, this is like 3 amps, 12, no, it's like 14 volts at 3 amps. It would work on, but the thing is, it's using the command, it's using the main track signal for everything, and then got LocalNet for the rest of the stuff, right? Well, I want to use that solely to work on the tracks because it's up to 6 amps, which means a lot more locals, bigger. You can run a bigger layout without difficulty. And it runs off, they can run up to 8 amps, but I'm running a 6 amp system in it. And I want to use it, it costs enough money. I want to use it. So I'm hoping I can use it as a booster along with this, and it should work fine. And I'm sure it's going to play out to be just great because everything else is going to be working great. So there's that. Show you the back. I got 2 power strips with circuit breakers built into them, or protection. I forget what they're called, but they will automatically cut off if there's a surge. Sure, surge protector. There you go. Lots of power systems for everything, but all in one simple unit. I know some people like to just put each box near where they're going to be using it. I'd rather have one central unit. I know where everything is. If there's an issue, I can get to it right away, change it out, do that. I mean, I'm thinking of adding another hole like up here, but this looks like this might be good enough for everything that needs to be drawn through. We'll see. I mean, we got a lot. I have a lot of connections and stuff to make for all of these things, all the way through, up and down. I mean, up here won't be going through here, but this will go through here, and this will look very clean. These little guys will be tucked underneath and poking out. I just did that just to make sure it worked. But yeah, so I'm thinking of just adding the second hole. You know, I might add it below it, or maybe above it. We'll see. Or maybe next to it. Wherever there's enough room to add a second hole, that way it'll run all the communication stuff.